Responsibility is hard, like super hard. It seems like you have to kind of learn it the hard way, meaning that it's your own experience. Like some people, not very many, are able to take experiences from observing and watching other people's decisions and the outcomes and integrate that. But for the majority of the population, it's the school of hard knocks. So when we're thinking about responsibility, I'm talking about responsibility of your health, of your finances, of like your life as a whole. So when we look at this, who are you giving your responsibility to? Is it your family? Is it your significant other, your friends, your bosses, your coworkers, your doctors? Who are you giving responsibility to? That's the first thing you need to do is identify that because you are the only person responsible for you. And when you are in these situations where you've released your responsibility to someone else to make decisions for you, they don't know you intimately like you do. I mean, they know you, but they don't know you. And so when you are looking at this from a health perspective, right, there's all kinds of options, holistic and more like classic Western. And so when you're looking at these options, which one is right for you? And it's not a problem to have multiple, right? There was used to be this huge taboo about getting therapy. And now I'm like, you don't have a therapist? That seems weird. Get one. Um, because everyone's like come to this new realization that mental health's a big deal and we need to like we're not just like machines, right? That's how we end up in some of the situations we end up in is by not taking this responsibility on and really using discernment, which you can have very easily when you have your core values and beliefs and your biases and all these things in order. Then it's very easy to make decisions that are right for you. But when you're like, I'm overwhelmed, and you release that responsibility to someone else, now you're not being human. Now you're not adulting. Now you're not taking care of yourself. Now you're like relinquishing responsibility of being a human being. So when you look at this from other perspectives, like finances, you might have a financial advisor. You might be reading all of the newest articles, but where's your budget? Where's your account? Where's your money being spent? Is it in alignment with your purpose and what you care about and what you want to do and your values? All of those things matter, right? There's some financial things we can't change, right? We have to pay for our utilities. We can't change that. I guess you could if you went off grid, but the majority of the population doesn't live off grid. And we make the choice of being involved in that system. So then, therefore, you have to pay access to that system. And it relieves you of a lot of other things. I don't want to deal with solar panels. I have them because sometimes we lose power, but it doesn't mean that I want to have to worry about that all the time. I don't want to worry about generators and batteries and all of those things. It's a whole story I could go off onto about the tangent of that. But I'm almost off guard completely by default because of where I live. However, when you're looking at the utilities and the bills that come with that, like that is a choice and a decision you make to participate in that part of society. So if you're not looking at your budget and you're not making sure that your account and all of your money is getting where you want it to go, you have a problem with responsibility. Because the fact is that with the income you have coming in, oh, I could go off on a huge tangent here. Let's first assume that you have enough income to meet your basic needs. Okay. So, assuming you have income to meet your basic needs, where is that money going? And is it in alignment with where you are going? Because money is just a tool to navigate our societal construct. And when you take away the emotions out of it, it's much easier to manifest more of it in a variety of ways. So, what I'm talking about here is oftentimes people get overwhelmed by decision fatigue and divorce their responsibility of their life. And when you do that, it ends up causing mental health issues. It ends up causing a problem with functioning in society. It ends up causing financial problems. It ends up causing unnecessary medical treatments, which leads typically to more medical bills. All of these things matter. And so at the end of the day, if you are not taking responsibility for yourself, you end up in situations where things just get out of control. So the number one thing you need to do, and the most common pitfall I see people fall into, is that lack of responsibility. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I was not born with responsibility. I was the person of hard knocks of life with my finances, with my health, with relationships, all those things. I was just like, oh, the universe is taking care of me for whatever needs to happen and unfold. No, it's my responsibility to create that environment. The universe can bless me with all kinds of abundance. But if I'm just like whimsically moving through this whole experience, yeah, I'm going to miss some opportunities. I'm going to make some mistakes. Once I started taking responsibility and changing my life and the way I approached everything, I started making decisions that were right for me, which led to better health and better relationships. I've been married. I just got done celebrating actually my 10-year wedding anniversary. Um, but better finances, all of these different things came from that. And I feel very confident making my decisions now. So take responsibility for yourself, align everything with your core values, with your belief systems, with how you want to see your life and the world. And that will allow you to flow into your responsibility much easier.